Hello, hello. Oh man, moving cameras. Right when I switched over. Hello, 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 and welcome to another One Line of Code. I am One Lion, and this is the place where we do code and stuff. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a great day. Happy Monday to anyone that happens to be listening. I hope it's going great for you. It's going fun for me. Oh, my microphone volume has changed a little bit. I'm trying to equalize it, and it's just not working for me because I'm deciding I'm deciding to try out, now that I have an RTX graphics card, NVIDIA broadcast, an RTX graphics card in this computer, I should say. And I think it is layering its own effects on top of Crisp. So the goal will eventually be, let's stop paying for services that we can get for free. So we have the background removal from NVIDIA Broadcast only. I'm still using Crisp because I really, really like what it does to the microphone. Hello, Deflux. But it does seem to be limiting my mic. Mic check. And it's weird because it's supposed to be only using Crisp. Love NVIDIA Broadcast. So yeah, it's good so far. I mean, like I think the video is good-ish. Like there's still some artifacts that we don't get with XSplit. Like I have this kind of, this kind of fuzziness around my hand and this motion blur that I don't think we get in XSplit. But I am paying for XSplit, and if NVIDIA Broadcast does a good enough job, may as well, you know? Okay, so let's make sure it's using the right desktop. It is. Let's hop on over. And so this is what we have been working on lately. This is our stream bot, and we've been adding a game to bot, and now that game goes. Hello? Hold on. Firefox. Yeah, there we go. Why didn't I hear it coming through? Like, I should have heard it here. Aha. Uh-huh. Oh. Oh. That's going to be an issue when I use it as a browser source. I just know it. It's going to be a thing. In fact, we can find out now. I have sound control audio via OBS. And so when I refresh that browser source, we are not getting a sound. Oh, yeah, we are. You guys can hear it. I can't hear it. Sorry if that was really loud. I did not realize. Awesome. It was nice. It was like you were blowing in my ear. Sounded like progress. Thanks for the vote of confidence. That really does feel nice. Natsu. Okay, so with that said, we now have a way to play audio sources in the browser. And it does play in the OBS browser control. Browser source, whatever it's called. So now that we have that, the thing that we actually want to accomplish is playing that sound at a specific moment, which is as soon as the arrow is fired. So I'm going to try that real quick. And the way that we're going to do that is going into the game page.razor.cs, game page.razor.cs. Game page. So I'm just making sure that I did not play the sound on after render. We are specifically playing the sound on after render. So the thing that I would prefer to do is make this, hello Crafting, happy Monday to you, a playable component. So we need to expose a public task play sound. Actually, it does need to be async because we need to await the module first and then await module play sound. So that our container man, this is going to be rough. So the thing that I would prefer to do, oh, you need to be read only, I think, is again, put the play method in the audio source itself with an event callback or an event itself that says play audio source started, and a whole bunch of events in the audio source itself for when it starts, when it stops, blah, blah, blah. But I think we're going to take the straightforward route first. So we're going to get rid of this. Get rid of this. Yeah, okay, we're good. And then the way that we're going to use it is in the thing that has the audio source, which should be the game page. The game page is the thing that controls all of the archery stuff. So in the game page, when we're doing launch, this is where we will want to lay the audio source just before animating it. Which is here. Oh, which is here, do animate. So before we can do that, we actually need a reference to the audio thing that we want. And that is going to be, how am I going to set that up? How do we want to set that up? I want to set up essentially a for each audio source and audio sources. This is actually going to now be a dictionary of audio source, comma, audio element reference. So let's do that. You're a read-only dictionary of audio source sound layer component. We're going to initialize it using new curly bracey, curly bracey, other side of curly bracey. We're going to do null. So this actually needs to be null. And you are going to be at ref. So audio source here is going to be audio source dot key. And you're going to be ref equals audio source dot val. Okay, so hopefully what this does, this is going to be weird, work with me though, is we'll have the audio source that we define up here, and then the reference to the component for that specific audio source will be here in the value. Hello TBD Gamer, welcome in. I hope you're having a fantastic day. How are you? How are you? And a half. So down here, man, I kind of want to be able to name these though. You know what I mean? I want to be able to say name. But I don't want these names to be like magic strings. Today's plan is to add more sounds to the game and be able to get them to play when we need them to play. In an easy to manage way that we can reuse this for any other game that we try to make for the stream. Give me more time. I mean, Grimoire time. Wait, what? Grimoire TME. What do you mean Grimoire TME? I saw an apostrophe in G apostrophe M. Oh, anyway. Use a static class. Yeah, a static class is cool, but if I'm going to do that, I'd rather use an enum for the files themselves. But that's kind of what this file audio source is for. So what if, because like the whole point is, I want to be able to dereference my audio source to get back my file or the audio source that I want to play really easily from this dictionary. So if I have like an enum, then I would do audio source of here. Let me just show. This will be easier. And then if it works, we'll keep it. So we'll do enum audio file name. And for now we have Arrowfly as the only one. Arrowfly. Oh, sorry. Audio file name. Arrowfly. Which means, and hello, it's just yogurt. I've seen you around. I hope you're doing well today too. But the whole point is I want to be able to dereference the dictionary and not have to do a lookup. Does that make sense? So like instead of this being a dictionary via audio source sound player, this would need to be a dictionary of audio file name and then audio source with the reference maybe? An advanced enum. What do you mean by advanced enum? Teach me. And then this thing would be something more like this. I'm learning C# and WPF, trying to build a Twitch bot. Cool. And I'm now trying to learn Community Toolkit MVVM and struggling hard. Yeah. I haven't actually used the Community Toolkit, but I have heard that it's pretty amazing. That is pretty good. A class with static properties on it so you can link. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the same thing. So I still decided to do my bot in Blazor, where the backend is an API project. And Deflex says, I'm trying to do more with Maui. Okay, so here's an example of an enhanced enum. Statics. And it's using reflection. I don't think I want to use reflection. I mean, this should be easy enough to access pretty quickly without using reflection. Oh, you don't need to use reflection. Okay, so what exactly was that an example of? I mean, it kind of looks like I do. You could group fields together under something that reads like an enum. Yeah, okay, so that's the whole public static class with a whole bunch of public static read-only, or public const even. And then just have that translate to a string. But the thing you don't get with that, so if this was just a string for that class, you know, then or within that class, then this would still be a string, and then you wouldn't get here, let me show the usage of this. We're up here. So audio sources, instead of audio sources, instead of audio sources dot key, we do audio sources dot value dot audio source dot value dot sound player ref. Then the actual usage that I'm looking for is, let's say that I wanted to play the Aerofly sound when I launch. Launch. Here is our do animate. So I would want to get the Aerofly sound from my dictionary. So what is this called? What is this dictionary called? Audio sources. Get. So this is where I wouldn't get the IntelliSense if I was just typing audio file name dot. So now I know what file names I have available to get, but I still don't like this approach either. I mean, this should work like this, but I'm definitely open to other suggestions. All right, so let me read out 9 through 21 of the relevant lines. I did that because I'm pulling from Twitch API. I'm reading backwards. You don't need to use reflection. I was just saying you could group the fields together under something that reads like an enum. I did that because I'm pulling from Twitch API. 9 through 21 are the relevant lines, and yeah, probably to the IntelliSense. Like, you'd have to know that you need to go to notice type dot instead of having a strongly typed key in the dictionary that says you need to use this type dot. All right, so then Yogurt says, so I'm fairly new to all this. I haven't done much programming in over 20 years. I do have a working Twitch IRC client working in WinForms, but I hate the way it looks, so I decided to try and learn VIF, WPF, and it's been quite the rabbit hole. Should I be looking at something else like Blazor? I'm only a week into learning WPF. Okay. Deflex is saying you can do Blazor in WPF, Maui, Web, etc. The backend for the entire thing that you're doing, like, first of all, look at separating your front end and your back end. So your back end is all of your Twitch client talk to, like if you're using TwitchLib, for example, I am. It's the thing that communicates with TwitchLib and does all of the requests, and it has your secrets, it has your way of connecting. It's pretty much this screen for me, where I connect to Twitch so that I can listen for redeems. And then I also connect to channels so that I can listen for chat messages. That backend should be written in a way that it's completely agnostic of what front end you put on it. Other than you can make queries to it using either SignalR or API requests. I recommend SignalR. And then you send a response back in a formatted way, such as in JSON. Then your front end could be a WPF application. It could be a Maui application. It could be a Blazor application like mine is. So you are also using TwitchLib. Cool. Here's what my overall connection looks like. And the reason this isn't in a public repo yet is because I would like to make it cleaner, and then I will open source it. But the Twitch bot itself is in its own project. So the logic for the Twitch bot follows this interface that says anything that wants to be a Twitch bot must have a public Twitch chat client, a public Twitch pub sub client, and it must know how to connect, and it must know how to create or update channel info, get the channel ID, so all of this stuff. So when I implemented that on the server side, then that's the one that uses TwitchLib. So you can see Twitch API. And the other one, what's the other one? Oh yeah, my local LLM stuff. It sets up a SignalR hub. It connects to actually no, does this one even do anything with SignalR? Yeah, it does. Connects to TwitchLib, or uses TwitchLib to connect to Twitch API stuff. Does the pub sub client as well. And so all of this stuff is just on the server. And in this case, the server, by the way, for me is a console application. It's a web API application, actually. But that just sits on this computer. I have it as a service. And yeah, right now it's not running, or it shouldn't be running. But it's installed as a service, as a Windows service on this computer. Then I go to the web API, or the web UI for it that I created, so that I can do the logging in and connecting to chat and all that stuff, and then it's listening to chat from that point on. I'm not being very ordered currently, and I apologize for that. I wasn't trying to answer too carefully at first. But anyway, the whole point is all of this stuff lives in a server project that has all the logic for going to Twitch, doing the connection stuff, doing the authentication token, authorization token exchange, and then exposing a whole bunch of stuff that you can do to your application. And your application can do that in many ways. Like I said, it can do it via API requests. So the actual API part of this only has like a very few things that the API portion does. The rest of it is Signal R. So the API is when you click on this connect to Twitch. Actually, let me show that whole thing, the entire process. I need to actually reload it to get that page going. My gets are private as well for now, but I am tempted to make it public to get people to help me learn who are willing to help. That was one of the first reasons that I started streaming. So I had been a solo developer or working with one other junior developer for a million billion years, pretty much my entire development career. And I didn't really have a good place to go and talk with people that like the same topics and technology that I was into. And then the places that I did go to weren't very friendly, so I was very jaded. You can't shout out at the moment. I just stopped my bot. Anyway, so I was like, you know what? It would be nice if I cannot modify the key. $408. So I decided to start streaming and then found some really cool people. Deflex was one of the first people that showed up, just so you know. And now I confused myself and I distracted myself, and 408. We aren't trying to modify any of the keys. Not modify the return value in key value pair audio file, audio source, sample player ref, because it is not a variable. It's not a two-way bind, it's this ref. I mean, ref is kind of a two-way bind. Let me just pay attention to chat for a minute, and then I need to look at this. So TBD Gamer says, I made all this way more difficult on myself. I wrote the entire thing from scratch, no Twitch lib. Yeah, I was about to, but I think I understand OAuth a little bit more now because, again, I've been streaming and talking with people that know about it, and now with my current job, I have to do a lot of manual OAuth stuff. Manual, I don't know if I can say manual. So instead of using a library like Keycloak or any other OpenID, Dict, whatever else, instead of using those libraries, I'm making it myself or doing all of the connection stuff myself. And I understand a lot more. But anyway, when you're doing a tuple, you cannot modify the value that is in the tuple after you set it the first time. That's what it's complaining about. So what I really need is a wrapper on the audio source with reference. And so I'm just going to make this even more muddy by doing a audio source with reference class that has a, oh, it was telling me a public eye audio source, which will not be nullable. And we can actually make it a, oh, can we make it a record? Can you modify record properties after you create the record? Reaccord. And I like putting access, what are these called? Visibility modifiers on everything. I don't know why I didn't earlier. So you're going to be required. Allow null. And actually, you're going to be init only. So the audio source itself is going to be init only. Excuse me. And required. Oh, that's what the init does anyway. So audio source is going to be that. And then you're going to be new. Oh my gosh, what are you doing to me? All right, hold on. Something's going to work, I promise. Audio source equals. And then I don't need to initialize the public sound player ref. I'm just going to make it a public get set. And so the only reason that I'm using this allow null here is to get rid of the compiler error, because I know that everywhere that I use it, it's going to require an audio source or it's going to error on us. Okay, so you are now the shorthand for this. Except you're not, because this is an interface and we need to specify the concrete type that we're initializing for this audio source. So there we go. Now these should work. Right? There it goes. I was trying to catch up on chat, but then I stopped trying to catch up on chat. I do the same for helping people learning how to stream. I make things for StreamerBot to make streaming easier. Yeah. We normally work on another application. Oh, I forgot to change this thing. Audio source with reference. I normally stream an application development process for trying to do a real world application, because I used to be able to stream my day job, which is doing Blazor software development, using Blazor for everything, essentially. My previous job was working on line of business applications for a national wildlife refuge. They're doing a big environmental cleanup and making sure that the environment is still good after some things happened a long time ago. And so I was working on those apps, and then I got a new job working for a consulting firm. And in this consulting firm, I can't stream my client work. I can't even reveal who the client is that I was assigned to. So we were working on an application that should be pretty much like if we were going to make this for a real customer, for a real client, this is the process that I would use. So we did the majority of that. And now that we're connected, I can point you to the GitHub page for it if you're interested in it. That one is open source. We've been working that on the stream for over 100 streaming sessions, even though we only do like anywhere between 15 and 45 minutes of work on the actual application per stream. So it's really hard to say that it was actually 100 and whatever days it was. But anyway, we did the majority of that work. We finished it off. This is what the initial design of the application looked like. So what we're doing now is redesigning the application. Since we were in a small little transition period going from working on the application to now redesigning the UI, making it better, making it easier to use, I decided to take a quick break. This is day 29 of this, of adding a game to the bot. And so I kind of finished on Wednesday of last week, but then I was like, oh yeah, we wanted to add sound to it. So that's what we're doing now. We're adding sound. And you can already hear sound. Kind of. Not anymore. I took that off. Dang it. Have you learned nothing from Sedilix? Of course I have. I've learned it all. Once you bought, you can't go back. This is true. This is so true. All right. So, lots more chat. Lots more chat. Back when One Lion was just a young lad. I was never a young lad. I've always been old. I just need to learn how to hide my secret client and private stuff. Oh, let me show you that then. There's a great community on Twitch, a lot of supportive people. Make sure you remove your secrets before you do, obviously. .NET provides some tools for keeping that secret stuff in locations. I do the same for helping people learning how to do StreamerBot. Read that one. Does anyone here want to look at my WPF build? Here is our Discord site. There is a site, our Discord server. There is there are a few channels in there for asking for help. Fridays on our stream are community days where I just use the entire stream to review code, talk about technology, whatever. So that'd be a good day for me to look at your code. But anytime you can post into our Discord, ask for help. Yeah, there isn't much backend stuff yet, just UI. And I am just trying to implement a custom logger I made for my WinForms app. And then TBD Gamer greeted Deflux and said, must have missed you this morning. Forgot to say hello. Deflux says, oh man. I had some shows over the weekend, so been very tired, but hello to you too. Crapteen says, today I had a hard time wrapping my head around how should I write data into database from external API database. That was a lot of loopy words. It's such a mess in my head. Hurts from all of the mapping. Yeah. I do love database work. I love data. And I will continue saying data. You can't stop me. I'm 2 weeks away from being able to quit my current job. Awesome. Okay, what else do we got? Here's Chaos. Hello, Connie Dev. Squirrels. Hello. Chaos. Or data. Both pronunciations are correct. I prefer using data. The majority of the people use data. The end. I'm gonna leave it at that. So, just to get this thing going, I am going to look away from chat for a minute, which means that there will be 30 minutes of catching up on chat. But I'm going to see if I can actually get this thing to play a sound now that it has loaded. Audio sources. Oh, we already wrote the code for it, so we just need to test it. So here is when we're going to start the animation. It is going to, oh, and I want to do it after we refresh the page. It is going to play the sound immediately after. So here we go. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh my goodness. I hope you have fun here. We have a pretty large community. I will go back to chat for a second because Deflux was trying to post this earlier. You were asking about secrets. Stick around. I will tell you about that. If you can't stick around, I'll still tell you about it. And then the VOD is posted. I put it on YouTube after the stream, or 24 hours after the stream at least. But Deflux was trying to do a shout out for Thindle. And the reason he was doing that is because Thindle is a .NET developer as well. Here's a proper shout out. Oops. For him. He's a .NET developer. He works on migrating legacy .NET framework applications to .NET Core and just doing a lot of really cool stuff. But one of the things that he did is he created an extension called NoDocs, and NoDocs does this. Let's say I'm trying to open a file, and for like something that I used to do a lot, I want to go to manage NuGet packages, but instead I end up going to manage user secrets, and I'm like, oh wait, that has my secrets in it. And there's some, oh, I just did a shout out, Captain Commerce. Give me a second. I will give you a proper shout out soon. But here are my actual secrets, the keys and everything that I use for my Twitch bot. But I have this extension called NoDocs installed, and I trust it because I trust Thindle this much. So it's hiding all of the values in my key value pair stuff for this JSON file. So definitely, if you are ever going to be presenting to people, especially like if you're a streamer or you present to clients or to your team, I highly recommend installing the Don't Dox Yourself extension. You just look for No Dox. Don't Dox Yourself extension by Thindle. And you'll get this in JSON and XML files. So I love it a lot. That said, Yogurt, in your server-side project, the one that does all of your Twitch lib, give me an auth token, let's do an auth token exchange stuff. I need to have my client secrets in order to do that so that we can do the parts of the bot that will allow me to see redeems, that will allow me to do stuff. I don't know if he has a writer version. That'd be a good question for him. He's currently over in Red Cabin Games' channel, unless he dropped out of his channel. But he was there. Oh no, he's still talking. So he's in Red Cabin's channel if you want to ask him. And I do recommend Red Cabin Games as well. I love game streamers, not gamers, the ones that are in Unity doing C# development and making games, because I want to do a lot of Unity development in the future for AR projects, but more for productivity apps and not games. Moving on, I wanted to do a shout out for Captain Commerce. Another .NET developer. He works in Nop Commerce. What happened? Why didn't that work? Oh, because I put a space. He works in a technology called Nop Commerce, and he writes extensions for them using .NET. Yeah, amazing guy. Really cool streams. If I stream too early, he could be a better time for you. He streams in about 8 hours from now on Mondays and Fridays and sometimes Saturdays. But yeah, if you go to his stream now, you will see his 3D printer going. So yeah. Right. Thorolf. How's it going? Yeah, that's Captain Commerce. So he just showed up a little bit earlier to resub. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate your support. Okay, I want to know if this works. So here is the game that we just created over the past 28 streams. It's an archery game. You redeem archery like so. You get spawned and you get a target that's spawned over there. Hopefully you can see it a little bit. Hello, Napalm. And then it tells you what to do. You do exclamation point shoot, or shoot, as I like to say, which I will use, or pew also works. And then you put in an angle. So horizontal is 0, going up is positive, going down is negative. The maximum is positive 90. The minimum is negative 90. Anyway, so usually you want small angles just because of the way that I made it, but maybe eventually I'll have the target be able to go all the way up there, and then you'll have to use larger angles and lots of skill. But for now, I'm using 5 and 40. I didn't hear a sound. Man, it was supposed to play a sound. Oh, you know what? I probably didn't refresh. Bam. Okay, what's my highest score? Automated Realms, what's my highest score? Why aren't you telling me my highest score, you jerk? JavaScript interrupt calls cannot be issued at this time. This is because the component is being statically rendered. When pre-rendering is enabled, JavaScript interrupt calls can only be performed during the on-after render async lifecycle method. What? So that's the first time I'm running into that. I've never had something like that happen. The component is being statically rendered. It should not be statically rendered. it should be dynamic. Did I make this a .NET 8 application? Is that what happened? We moved to .NET 8. Therefore, all we should have to do for our sound player component, no, for our game page, because it's the game page that has the JavaScript interrupt. Give me this, because I don't like seeing this here. What? Imports, imports, imports. What's the name of the project that I'm using? Blazor UI components, sound components. You go there, you save that. And then you need to be render mode. Oh man, so this is the first time I'm using render mode. What do we need you to render as? Oh man. I think WebAssembly. Oh my gosh, my fingers are in the wrong place. Why aren't you giving me IntelliSense anymore? Because it's interactive. WebAssembly render mode. Yeah, we want it to be interactive is the main thing. Oh, it does not like that. Never seen Blazor used like this before. Yeah, I'm trying to use Blazor for everything. As far as the JavaScript is concerned, I'm trying to minimize the use of JavaScript as well. I really want to find a way to be able to play a sound file using Blazor and C# only. And if there was a way to render a component, which there might be, render this audio component and have it autoplay as soon as it renders, I bet you that's a thing. Then I can just de-render it. And then when I'm ready to play it, I turn the render on for it. Minimizing the use of JavaScript. This sounds like generally a good goal. Absolutely. It's easy. It tells you that it's not working. No, do not apologize for being who you are, Connie. I will berate you if you are mean to me, and then you will know. Leave it up to me. Oh man, what? It really does not want to save my changes without crashing. Interactive render mode is not a valid type in the given context. All right. What does the render mode look like? Just interactive WebAssembly? I needed to look it up. Yeah, the only thing that I have available is interactive WebAssembly render mode. So isn't it something like render mode dot? Yeah, it's render mode dot. I just had to intuit it. Okay. Let's try this again. Refresh. Watch our output. Nope, watch our this. And you are just going to be completely dead. Is not supported by interactive server-side. Okay, so we are using server-side rendering this whole time. So let's use interactive server. I think I'm going to try the thing that I just said because I was typing here and autoplay does seem to be a valid property or a valid attribute on the audio source component. And we can verify that. We can stop trying to use cuss words because people don't like curse words. Yes, it works. It works. we're gonna try something fun. You're not meant to look and sound surprised. I know nothing about the audio HTML element, so yeah, we're just gonna we're gonna chalk that up to a win. The code that we found for trying to play audio in a WebAssembly app without using JavaScript was not very easy. I need to man. I need to catch up on chat. Let me try this real quick first so I can finish a solid thought. For playing sound, if we're going to have a variable called doPlay, and if not doPlay, then this is not going to render. When doPlay, it will render. Right? Right. So sound, we're going to get rid of all of this JavaScript mess. Private bool doPlay. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do every time, because every time we do play, I'm essentially wanting to play the sound again. We'll have configuration stuff for knowing how many times to loop. If we want to loop, we can try to change the pitch, try to change the speed. What was that? There was something that was really, really loud that just played. Ow. Really high pitched. Totally broke my brain. Where are we? Instead of doing this, we're going to simply set doPlay to false, because like I said, I always want it to replay no matter what. That means that we also need to re-render so that it removes it from the DOM. Invoke async state is changed. And then we will doPlay equals true. And then again, await invoke async state is changed. Oh, and we will also give it a this is going to be bad because you kind of want it to play immediately, but a 20 millisecond delay isn't going to be terrible. But this gives it enough time to actually remove the HTML element from the DOM. And then we'll do doPlay equals true, which means that it'll re-render it. So when we first load, it's going to be not rendered. Why? Why did you render it? Because we need to rebuild. Okay, so it should not play when we first render the page. All right, while it's rebuilding, I will try catching up in chat. So Thorolf says to TBD Gamer, who asked, how's things? I'm doing good, a little overwhelmed as my boss told me to create a Docker container for deploying to embedded devices. I have no experience with that either. With Docker nor deploying to embedded devices. Oh no. Now you will learn. You got this. You do got this though. Thorolf says, honestly, I never learned so much from one day. Connie says, it's easy. It tells you it's not working. Sorry, had to write it. Don't apologize. You're good. This is really cool. Never seen Blazor used like this before. Minimizing the use of JavaScript. This sounds like a good goal. Best JavaScript equals no JavaScript. It is render mode interactive WebAssembly. You used it 2 times in a sentence. One more, and you get banned. I mean, cursed. Here is Marcus Voice Coder saying, example using sound. Aha! Oh, that's even better! Wait, it might not be better. The reason it might not be better is because I want to play multiple sounds at the same time. So they do all need to be their own audio control or audio HTML element. But this is like, so did you write this a while ago? Let me see. It works on Android as well. Is this your code? Because like this would have been nice on last Wednesday. But this is exactly what I just did. Just put a boolean around the HTML element so that it renders when you want to play, and then it doesn't render when you don't want it to play. And then you pretty much tell it to re-render when you want it to play again. Why does this look like someone strung Christmas lights on the code? He uses voice to program. If this is his IDE. You can't trust it these days. The tooling seems to make up APIs on the fly. Yeah. Connie's lurking. Thank you so much for the lurk. Dog needs to do serious business. Got a call from the wild. Dog is now lurking. Wait, what? How did you get Stream Elements to say dog is now lurking? Stream Elements. Stream Elements. What are you doing? That's not right. It took whatever word you put after exclamation point lurk and it called that the emo. Anyway, thank you Stream Elements for trying to be helpful. Oh my goodness. Anyway, you're not meant to look and sound surprised. You're a professional. Of course it worked. You've done it for 5 minutes. You're basically a seasoned pro. Do we now play Never Gonna Give You Up? Every time you miss? Sure. Anything you want. Hoping your chat hit every time, Craft Team, because you don't want to get copyright strikes. Yeah, it's only like 30 seconds that you're allowed to play, or you can modify it in a creative way to make it different than the original. Just split audio so it is not in VOD, right? That's how everybody does that. I am now playing my audio through VOD because I have royalty-free, well, not, yeah, I guess it's royalty-free music that is authorized or approved to be used on streams on both Twitch and YouTube. So like I said, I post my videos to YouTube after the streams, and the bot is not listening, so you're not going to see squat. Anyway, thank you, Marcus, for the code snippet. That's what I ended up doing. If I had just clicked on your link, I would have thought of that sooner. But yeah, I could just tell it not to output the archery game audio, because that's all split. Like, this is my can I just take the audio mixer? I'm gonna grab the audio mixer. This is my audio mixer for all of the sounds that are played on stream. This is the browser source for the archery game. This is the music. This is any oh, Firefox and stuff. This is my Firefox shoutout clips. No, shoutout clips get their own. Anyway, Firefox sound, anything that I specifically want to play through the stream that is not my actual desktop audio. My mic, obviously. Oh, yeah, and this is also community days, Discord. And then general alerts versus sound alerts, they're different, apparently. So they do get split already. Okay, we're connected to chat. Let's play some archery. Go. Except that I kind of have to refresh the browser source. Go. There we go. I have a target. I want to peel at 560. Yay! Like I said, a little delayed, but good-ish. I've only done this like a million times. 58. 58.2. 78. That looked like it was right in the middle. You liar. Oh, 86 was my max score. That's what happens when you have such a small target. Even the smallest bit off. I should do it like a parabola. So the closer you are to the center, the more points you get. The faster you get more points. Is it parabola? I think it's parabola. I haven't used math terms for a while. Okay, sound works. It's just a matter of syncing it a little bit better. The actual archery launch event is going to be the thing that causes the sound to play, so we don't have to worry about it this way. Patiently awaiting your next command or message in the chat. Remember to include the specific command. Where are you? Oh, awesome. So the arrow shaft color also works. It matches your name in Twitch chat, your name color. So we have some more sounds that we need to make. Oh, nice. Here he goes. Final shot. And then, so scoring is going to be updated. I will also slightly tweak your maximum velocity. So the second number is a number between 0 and 100. And that is the velocity, the percentage of your maximum velocity that you will shoot at. Maximum velocity is currently hard-coded to the Olympic standard velocity of an unladen swallow. 106 meters per second. So what'll happen is when you shoot, it will randomly change, not by much, but it'll randomly change your maximum velocity. And then the percentage will be based off of that. And because I know that none of you would ever let an arrow slip, you know, it will always work. There will be no duds, no accidental shots fired. No friendly fire, that's why you're facing that way. And then the other thing that we would like to do with this is make it so multiple people can shoot arrows at the same time. So when you redeem archery, you spawn, or the first person to redeem archery spawns an archer, and anyone else that redeems archery will use the same archer and target position, and then you'll all shoot your own arrows, and it'll be good. Oh, but sound works. What happens if we remove the delay? Inquiring minds want to know. Are we still going to properly unrender the element and then re-render it, since we're using await invoke async state is changed? Or are we just gonna cry in the corner? It should have applied. Hot reload, refresh. Oh. Moves to corner ready. Shoot, oh my gosh, I've never had a target this low. 250? And it's tiny. Oh my gosh, it's super small. Oh, it does kind of feel like it's playing the sound a little bit better. No, still really delayed. but it did play the sound, so that's a good thing. It does unrender and re-render the element. So, like a magic, we delete this. Actually, before I delete that, implemented playing sounds. And I put a carriage return. That's going to piss someone off. I hope get messages truncate or trim ending white spaces. All right, now we're going to just go ahead and delete all of the JavaScript stuff that we carefully put together. We don't even need the element reference to this thing anymore. That's crazy. Yeah, that's it. No JavaScript runtime. Yeah. Okay. We can also delete the JavaScript file, which we put where? Oh, it would be isolated JavaScript or JavaScript isolation. Speaking of, there's this great video from Steve Sanderson from the 2022 .NET Conf where they were doing .NET 7 release, and he shows a really good way of doing modules for JavaScript isolation. And it's really cool. It's a really nice approach if you must use JavaScript. I'm looking for components. Oh my goodness. Sound components, JavaScript, Delta code. And since, again, we're not using any JavaScript isolation anywhere else in this one, I am going to remove the reference to TypeScript. Just got to remember that this is what we need if we're ever trying to transpile TypeScript to JavaScript and use it as isolated JavaScript. If you didn't catch it, rewind the video, pause it. And I am in the CS proj for the project that's using the TypeScript to JavaScript transpilation stuff. Do I not have anything in here? Dude, clean up. TypeScript build. Go away. No JavaScript for us. Yeah, the only JavaScript we're getting is the runtime. JSON. Of course JSON is gonna get picked up. Awesome client. So the runtime, service worker. Oh, okay. This is my database migrations project, and it's just a Razor Pages application, essentially, that I just use for doing database migrations. So that's fine. Text gen, shared models wouldn't have anything. Shared server would be the only other place that we might have JavaScript. Oh, I'm sorry. The Blazor UI might be the only other place we have JavaScript. We are free of JavaScript. Still zero JavaScript in this application. We're proving that you can make an entire Twitch bot with interactive games using only Blazor. I mean, TypeScript is still strongly typed-ish, but yeah. Like if I'm gonna add JavaScript, we will be using TypeScript. I love TypeScript, just saying. I do too. And again, if we need to use JavaScript, then we will absolutely use it. But if we don't need to use it, then we'll just continue without it. And so far, we have not needed to use it. I mean, you know, if we just erase that whole point in time when I was trying to play an audio file using JavaScript. We're good to go. This can go away. We got sound. We need the sound to be better now, then. How do we do that? I don't know what this is. Why are you open? We aren't even using this. Take my OAuth code. That's a method name. Just close everything. Close all tabs. Clean slate. Start over. Pages. Games. Tunes. Okay, so all that we have to do in order to have queued audio sources. Oh, that's probably another reason that I did not want to render the audio element every time. It takes a second for it to load the audio file before it can play. And that could be where the delay is coming from. Well, hopefully we'll just make them short enough sound clips that we don't have to worry about it. I posted to your help me. Awesome. In Discord. The link to my Git, the MVVM project with my issue. Awesome. Good. You should be hearing from peoples and gonna say hello to you. And if I have a moment later today, then I will also respond. I like to respond to things. From my stream, like before my stream, for those of you that are new here, I start my workday at 4:30 in the morning. I do some exercise at 7:30. I am back at work by 8:30. And then I start streaming at 10:30 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then I'm back at work by 12:30. I try to grab a quick snack in that time though. So after I'm finished streaming, I try to grab something to eat and then head back to work, and then I work until 3:30, and then I usually cook or do dinner in some way, shape, or form, and then I spend my evenings doing the things that I do in my evenings, which currently are not discussable, but they will be discussable eventually. Ooh, okay. So that said, what I was trying to say with that is that makes it difficult for me to actually spend time on extra things, because like I'm already spending so much time on extra things during my workday. As I'm getting my day job done, I'm watching videos on whatever topic I happen to want to be learning at that point in time. So lately it's been LLMs, it's been generative AI. I really want to devote more time into Unity, but the problem is when I try watching Unity videos and tutorials and stuff, I want to start doing them as the tutorial is going, which takes me away from doing my work, whereas the LLM is just information that gets fed to me, and then I can refer back to those videos when I'm ready to start trying things. So if you couldn't tell, Automated Realms is using an LLM, and it's a local LLM that is running on a computer that's over there. To my right, to your left. And so if you talk to him, he'll talk back. How's the stream been going? Thank you. So not quite Settlix's bot. He's got an amazing bot. If you don't know Settlix, check him out. Another Unity developer, usually working on a game, sometimes working on Botland and getting stuck in Botland. Settlix, I'm not exactly sure how he likes his name being said. I say Settlix. I hope he's not offended by that. I don't want to offend nobody. All right, what are you? You are the thing that we just did. Cool. That's just robot. I like the name of the... It should be going live in like 15 minutes or so. Awesome. Other people that are live: Code Red Games, Red Cabin Games, Xcoding, Finite just finished not too long ago. Xcoding, who I need to start lurking. Code Red Games, Coding Garden. I usually don't raid big people. Coding Garden has 70 viewers currently, so I don't like to raid larger streams. That's what I'm trying to say. I try to raid the people that I just love to watch at the end. But definitely Settlix, check him out. Okay. Where are we? We are trying to synchronize the sound a little bit better. So how do we do this in a smart way? We need to have a sequence of sounds that are going to play at specific times based on our launch result. How does that sound? Does that sound like something feasible? So when you shoot your arrow, when you say shoot, we pre-calculate the entire animation. Essentially, we simulate it. Then when we turn on do animate, Dragon Spirit's live too. Dragon Spirit doesn't stream on Tuesdays. Huh? Dragon Spirit Games. Are you increasing your streaming schedule? Ah, he's doing a promotion again today. Definitely support Dragon Spirit Games if you have the means to. He's building a game called Gaia. It's about his daughter who is named Gaia, and she is going to be saving the world after she meets the Gaia, the goddess Gaia, Greek goddess Gaia. He's trying to build the game in a way where it is thoughtful, is what I'll call it. He's targeting all audiences, whether you have physical or other kind of impairments. I can't think of the word that I was trying to say, so we'll go with impairments. Yeah, it's really cool. All these great streamers to watch. We need some replication technology to share ourselves. It's called multi-stream. And so all of the streamers that you could ever want to... Oops, sorry. No, I did not mean to delete it. Manadano. I never know how to spell Manadano's name. Manadano. Because I spelled his name wrong. I mean, their name. Manadano. Yeah, Manadano. I spelled it right. Anyway, it's loading. Oh, it's Code Red Games. That I spelled wrong. Manadano's currently gaming, and I don't want to watch a gamer. I want to watch game dev. Cutie Kitty's currently playing Final Fantasy XIV. Muniz is live. So many good people. Anyway, so yeah, I have that open while I am. This is where I spread myself too thin sometimes, and then I just have to mute everything and then focus only on my work when I get to anxiety riddled. But like, just my desktop itself is full of all the things that I want to be able to do. Like, here is AutoGen Studio, which is currently running, and AutoGen Studio is a way of orchestrating a whole bunch of AI agents to perform tasks. And then I was also watching a video on MemGPT, which is a way to increase the memory, increase the context window of your LLM. And I was also watching all of the streamers, of course, and yeah, YouTube videos for those tools that I was just talking about. And oh, it's just too much sometimes. Spread too thin. But welcome in, Duke is Soft. And you sleep at some point, I assume. So yeah, I actually do a pretty good job of that. It's weird because there's all of these things that I pack in together, and I do actually learn some of them. I mean, we have a working local LLM that allows us to talk to it directly and it responds. But I pack all of these things in during my workday. I'm on top of my work. I'm actually ahead in the things that are assigned to me and working on some really fun stuff, by the way. It's so much fun. But I could use with a team refresh, reroll, please. But that's fine. And then during my evenings, for those extra things that I do then, again, they all get mushed together at the same time. And I still hang out with my wife. So one of the things that I love doing is having a book on tape while I work in the evenings. And the book on tape happens to be my wife, who reads this book, whatever book we happen to be reading, and she reads it out loud. So I get to hear a story that we both enjoy and do work and yeah, just get stuff done. And then by 9:30, we're heading to bed. And then I start over. So it's still a pretty decent amount of sleep. So I'm not killing myself, I don't think. That's a lot better than just watching TV. Oh, it's so cool. Like, I'm so glad that she's comfortable doing that, because it's been the best. First of all, I love hearing her voice. So getting to hear that, oh, it's nice. Okay, moving on. I'm gonna gush over her for like the next 12 hours if we keep going. Moving on, what I said we do when we launch the arrow is we simulate it. Therefore, we know where the arrow is over time. Therefore, we should be able to sequence sound at the same time that we are sequencing the animation. So the do animate switch, all that does is it turns on our, this is all debug stuff. My TV only contains commercials, but then again, I never use it. My TV is my computer monitor. So I have these three monitors, my client laptop, I almost said their name, my Sagetti laptop, my mobile studio, and then this monitor over here is a TV, an LG TV 32-inch or something like that, that one of my previous coworkers just gave to me. So anyway, I got that, and it's connected to my client machine so that I do work over there. Uh-oh. Cool. So that I do work over there, and that's where I'm like standing here hacking away, and then I look over to these two monitors, which are whatever YouTube video or set of things I'm watching, and then the streamers on this one. And yeah, emails are down there. Sagetti emails, client emails. Anyway, so then I go from here to just one TV that has my evening things, which sometimes we use as a TV, as a streaming TV. Sometimes we watch shows and movies and anime, and yeah. As I just get a Teams message on my Sagetti laptop about generative AI. Nice. Anyway, hi Thindle. Hi Eric. This is Thindle. He's the one that I shouted it out earlier. Let's get an actual clip of him working. Or playing with this Zelda or something.
Discussion with Grumpy. Now I think I've more or less decided to write a source generator to inject the Lua code into the C# application, and then that will get passed as a variable down into the F# that will execute the Lua. So it will be input by a source generator based on an attribute on the bacon class. Make sense?
It does not. I mean, I guess your explanation made sense, but the reason for doing it doesn't make sense at all to me. You're doing it because you can. Anyway, so yeah, that's Sindel. Dukasoft shouted out his extension that I showed off earlier too, the Don't Dox Yourself, No Dox extension. Oh, good times. Good to see you though. Good to see you. So yes, so what I think we need to do is put the sounds in the arrow flight animation, and that's where we're going to sequence the sounds that are going to get played and then trigger them, render them at the appropriate time. Is there a delay attribute on the audio? You know what, let's just pull up the API for audio HTML element. Or the W3 Schools one, that one works too. Can you tell me what properties we have available? And by properties, I mean attributes. Source. Yeah, I'm not seeing the list of source, so we probably do need to go to the actual Mozilla. No, this is only JavaScript stuff. I want to know what attributes do you have? Does anyone know where I can find the attributes for HTML element? Here it is. Some of the more common, a common gotcha is trying to play an audio element immediately on page load. Modern browsers' default autoplay policy will block that from happening. Some of the more commonly used properties are source, current time, duration, paused, muted, and volume. So we can definitely adjust the volume. That's good. We need the actual sound player. One thing that I'm afraid is going to happen is... No, not here. Not here. I'm not afraid it's going to happen here. It's fine. It's okay. It's fine. Set volume to 11. We go to 11. Limousine. Oh, wait, no. Volume. Why does that say there's only a non-volume change? Come on, linter thingy. Don't tell me volume is only accessible from JavaScript. Do you think volume would be a float? This one goes to 11. It's one more. I'm so good that I can't even remember my own bot commands. Yes! Well, there's this really cool one. It's called modlove. Wait, that's one of mine. I missed a whole bunch of stuff up there. Give me a sec, and I'll catch up to that. So tell me about volume. Is this JavaScript only? Maybe I need to go to the media. About going to 11. Hello, Apocalypse. How are you? Jeez. Yes, we were absolutely expecting that. Okay, I'll be back soon. Let me grab my soul that just flew out of my body. IS11 or IE11? Yes, all of the above. We inherit from HTML media element. Yes. Okay, so HTML media element gives us, here we are, buffered controls list, cross origin, current source, default playback rate. Yeah, this is a lot of stuff that I hope we'll be able to manipulate. The question is, are these available on the actual element itself as attributes or not? And it is a double from 0 to 1. That's what I needed to know for this. So we're going to find out with this one. We don't need this one anymore. We can go ahead and close. So this is the, I was telling you about Steve Sanderson's 2022 .NET Conf video. This is the project that he showed as his demo. And it had playing media. And again, it's using JavaScript. And so that was the one that I used at first. And now it's like, we don't need to. So, bye. Bye. So, what I need is code behind, a parameter, float, volume, 1 by default. Volume. All right, so let's try out we're going to set do play as true. We're going to let it hot reload. Huh? Where did that message come from? Automated Realms, who are you talking to? To Dukasoft. Oh, I see you mentioned a game, Bitgam Puppy Love. Is that a game you're working on or just a fun idea? Nice job trying to engage with chat, but you kind of got that wrong. Okay, though. It's all right. What was I doing? I'm just refreshing this. So do we hear sound? And then it just repeats itself. Why did you repeat yourself? Yeah, seriously. Oh, it needed to rebuild. You should get your bot to be able to talk to automated rooms. And then you'd flood chat, and then I'd have to kick your bot and ban it. But I don't recommend doing that. It says. That's just me making a noise with my mouth, by the way, for the arrow flight. It's not that you killed it. I reset it. I needed to do a rebuild. So as soon as I get logged back in, it'll continue its conversation with you. I should do what whose bot is that I keep seeing? Bot Dacky. When it tells you when it's connected to the actual chat. So I should have it generate a message for every time that it connects to chat. But anyway, it's there. It's back. So if I refresh, we should hear. Good. Now if we change the volume to something like 0.5 seconds, and it doesn't need to do a full rebuild, and just hot reload, then we should hear it a little bit quieter. Can't tell, so let's make it something very small, like 0.1. Come on, hot reload. Nope, same volume. Question is it actually giving us... Jeez. You guys can't hear that as loud as I can. Audio source, volume equals 0.1. Where are you? Oh, network disable cache. I hate that. The API said that volume is 0 to 0.1. But then again, this is when using volume in JavaScript. So I have no idea if this works as an HTML attribute or not. And of course, now it's just going to block it. Maybe it just didn't play. Oh, you know what? I think that might have worked. I think it was just really quiet. Let me try that again. 0.5. Wait for hot reload. And by really quiet, I mean it's not playing anymore. But at least we can see that it's applying every time. Yeah, it's at 1. So what if I made it 51? Again, we haven't won yet. but I'll take it, I guess. I'm not even getting any sound in my browser anymore for it. What about you? Okay. And if we made this 10. Nope. 11. Sounds the same to me. I don't think volume is making a difference. Oh, hey internet, can I do a better search? HTML element attributes. You get source and type. Preload, autoplay. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. Does anyone have any styles for W3C? It is W3C, right? Just w3.org. No? Sorry. Blinding alert. Blinding alert. Okay, so we got preload, we got autoplay, media group, loop, muted, and controls. So no volume on the audio HTML element. Ooh. Right, I already saw that in the example that Marcus VoiceCoder gave us. Tell me what controls does. Why does this say media.volume right here? Probably because that's only JavaScript. Yeah, so if I put controls, then we should see it on the screen when it plays. And there it is. Like it immediately showed up. Holy cow. Oops. Your ear. For those of you wearing headphones, you're welcome. All right, I missed a whole bunch of chat. I don't think that I'm going to be able to get volume to work. So I just need to make sure I equalize everything. But if I go way, way up here, after the information that Yogurt posted the help request to our Discord, I think that's where I left off. Nope. Sedlix should be live. Setolix. Something about sleeping. Sleeping is overrated. TVs. Thindle came in. Said movies. I heard a B. Boobies. You heard boobies, I think. Good luck with that. Good luck with what? Hi, 12. Wait, I am 12. That's nice. Hello, 12. I'm Dukasoft. There's Nodox, Thindleblocks. So Thindleblocks is Thindle making a WYSIWYG editor, essentially. A WYSIWYG builder thing. It's pretty cool. You should check it. So C# class plus source gen creates Lewis in string. Yeah, we heard your explanation of it in the thingy. It's just why. You're such a good non-bot bot. Best non-bot bot ever. Can? Yes. Will? No. I'm so good that I can't even remember my own bot commands. Volume 211. This one goes to 11. It's one more. So I don't do game dev, but I was bored. So now I have like 15 tabs open with low-level memory management in Unity. Good. I hope it works out for you. I see you mentioned a game bit gam puppy love. Is that a game you're working on or just a fun idea? I need to tell it when you're using an emote versus when it's like text. And then Apocalypse showed up and made my heart disappear for a few hours because a streamer was having issues with making his stuff not take half a second. Oh. That one is 11. What? Got her down to 3 milliseconds. And IS11 or IE11? I hope not IE11. Yes, IE11. We're all using Internet Explorer nowadays. It's the only browser that exists. This is a dumb question, but I swore there was a way to export something in your watch to like JSON or string or something. You're talking about getting rid of this. So when you're in break mode, when you're inspecting variables, there's a little view for collection variables that you can now click the drop down for, and you can use the XML visualizer, you can use HTML, you can do JSON. A boot. Are you Canadian? I bet you I'm even saying it wrong to them when I say that. They're like, that's not how we say a boot. I'm like, you just did. No, you said a boot. We say boat. What? It's not badminton. It's badminton. Where was I? So yes, I don't have mine open, and I'm not going to run this in debug because too lazy. But when you are at a breakpoint and you're in your watch list, you know how it shows up as a table next to whatever variable that's a collection. You can click a drop down next to the magnifying glass and it says view or something, or maybe it's all the way over here. I don't remember. But when you do that, then you can choose HTML, JSON, XML, whatever else is in that drop down. And then Automated Realms just wanted to keep saying the same thing to Dukasoft over and over. Volume equals 100, exclamation point, boo. If you guys don't know Bit Gamey, shout out to Bit Baby. Here's another game dev working on a game called Homeward Hound, where you're a dog that gets separated from your people and need to make your way home. On Fridays, he works on Distracted, Derail days, and he has a lot of really fun interactive stream stuff that you would probably enjoy messing with. Yeah, that's that. It looks like Hexen. But yeah, not playing games. We want to watch Satolix, since we're probably going to rate him today. Only 4 more minutes left in the stream because I've been messing around way too much, but I love hanging out with you guys, so I hope you're enjoying yourselves as well. It's just Yogurt says I am Canadian. Oh man, oops. Gomenasai. But welcome back. Welcome back. Apox says, I was just wondering what those sounds were. Looking around. It's someone blowing into your ear very lightly. No, it's the archery game so that when you shoot your arrow, which we will do the actual thing now. So we'll remove this, save. We'll refresh you. And then we'll redeem archery. And then get archery. And then we will shoot. Actually, I'm going to pew. Wow, that's pretty far. 80. Whew. Then you get the... Hey, look, there it went. Whew. Oh. Forget you. Whew. Anyway, there you go. That was a lot of... Oh, do I have the archery game open in a tab? Ops. Sorry for the spam. Sorry for the spam. You get banned. Much better with sound. So what we're going to do in the next stream on Wednesday is find out where to actually put our audio control, our sound player controls. Most likely it's going to be in this archery animation, arrow flight animation, whatever it's called. And when it receives the launch result, we will not only sequence the animation itself, but we will also sequence the sound to go with the animation. And hopefully that'll sync it up a little bit better for being able to play the actual audio. So that when I do animate in here, it's not out of sync. Yeah, do animate here. And then this is where I tell it to play the sound. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started because I'm pretty sure that's where we want it. Code behind, save, go down to here, save you too. Errors everywhere. Fix yourself, son. Okay, it's not gonna fix itself. Is angry at that. So we're going to grab the audio sources from game page, put it into... Why are you so laggy suddenly? I broke it, man. Put it into here, which means that we actually need the audio sources 2 or 3. Here. And you go in here. Like magic. And actually, you know what? Just because I don't want to muddy this one up as much as the other one is muddied, we're going to have another public partial class. What are we? Sound player. And this is going to have all of our sound player variables and stuff. That way we can keep this part clean. Okay, so that should be able to save everything and not break the app. Okay, now I'm still trying to catch up on chat, but I did break the app because what? Because what? I don't know what. Game player is still using audio sources somewhere. Night. Where? Arrow flight animation 30. Did I put this in the wrong one? I put this in the wrong one. You go in arrow flight animation. Oh, I am totally missing chat. I am sorry, guys. I don't like to miss chat. public partial class, arrow, flight animation. Okay, so there go all your stuff. Why are you guys angry? It already contains a definition. No, it does not. I cleaned it out. Build. Okay, connect to Twitch. Connect to chat. Make sure we didn't break anything. Hear my ending alarm. 3 minutes. Okay. Big Gamey's here. Thank you for the shout out. You are so welcome, Big Gamey. You deserve it. Big Gamey will be, well, typically, I'm not going to say will be, typically streams on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And he usually streams right about the time my stream ends. So we may be able to catch him today if he is streaming today. But we are going to raid Sedalix today, which he's currently playing music. Watch out for falling ducks. Sorry for all that spam. Much better with sound. Let's think about syncing. Wait, other way around. Let's think about sync. Wait, no, that would be bad. Okay, so are we back in? We are. Let's just give our do animate. So when we have do animate turned on. Oh, interesting. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Rerun animation. This will be where I do it. Animation timer stop, animation timer start, and then right at do animate is where we're going to play. Well, this is where we will start the play the audio sequence, but for now we're just going to tell it to play the one sound. Not audio source. Sound player ref. Okay, this is gonna work, and then we need to wrap it up. Berto. What are we doing? We are redeeming archery, and then this will probably be like some medieval trumpet sound for archery is starting, and then you shoot to 560. Yeah, good. So it still plays the sound. That's all we were trying to do. All right, so it works. This is where we uninitialize. Thank you. To do sequence the audio files. So we need to essentially make a timeline for what audio is going to play based on our launch result. So good to go. We're playing audio without using JavaScript. Everything's working the way that we want it to. Here's this beautiful screen. This is the ending screen. Why are we at the ending screen? Because we are done for the day. Automated Realms, thank you so much for your help on the stream today. Any last words before we end the stream? I see you mentioned a game called Bit. What? It was my pleasure to assist you today. Remember to keep practicing and growing in your coding skills, and don't forget to have fun while doing it. good luck in your future coding endeavors. Stream.ad hours 24. Oh man. Oh man, how am I going to get paid for my day job? If I stream 24 hours, I will not be able to afford life. Do you want that for me? Is that what you want for me? Anyway, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I hope you guys enjoyed your day. I enjoyed my time with you. Thank you so much for being here. As I mentioned before, we're going to go raid Sedalix and be treated to whatever song he is playing currently. I can't hear his stream because I have the tab muted. But, yeah. Unmuted. Okay. So he's trying to play Stairway to Heaven. Is that the name of the song? All right. So we're going to start rating him. His stream is marked as mature, so if you aren't okay with foul language, it's mature because he uses foul language a lot. And I say foul language just because that's what everyone colloquially calls it, but I just think it's words that people choose to use. It's just another way of communicating. I use different words when I talk, but they don't offend me. But if they do offend you, then probably don't want to stay for the raid. I will be back again on Wednesday. I will also post a recording VOD for this stream to YouTube no sooner than 24 hours after I end the stream. And as mentioned earlier, you are definitely welcome to join our Discord. Hang out with us there. It's a pretty quiet server, so if you're already a part of too many servers, you don't have to worry about us like bombarding you with messages, but also it's quiet, uneventful. But there are some times when people do ask for advice, help, and post some good resources and stuff. So, see you soon. Yeah.